Hey everybody, it's Wanetah and Jason here at GHL Pro, and today we are going to build a website, show you how we qualify prospects, and we're even going to reach out to them and see if someone bites.
And we have a lot of really cool stuff to cover for you today. I love building these sites. These videos always seem to do well, so it's clear that you guys like to watch us build websites as well, because I think I've used a lot of different website builders over the years, and I think HighLevel has one of the easier ones to use and really builds the entire business engine for a lot of companies. So you can have so many things you plug into that site to really help a business owner convert more leads. So before we get started, I do like to let you guys know about our GHL.com. If you go to ghlfree.com, it will bring you to this site. This is a free 30-day trial to HighLevel, and you can use this at any time throughout the year, but it gives you a free 30-day trial to the top tier plan that they have. And if at any point during that time you need to downgrade, you can. But all the other plans, if you do the trials for those, you only get 14 days. So that's why I like to recommend this one first, and then you can work your way down if you need to. But a lot of people just stick with this and grow their business as big as they want to. So we are going to go to Google, Wanetah, and really, I think today we talked about making this a local effort. So we're going to reach out to somebody locally. You can pick the niche, and we'll obviously scroll through and find some examples. So do you have an idea of what industry you'd like to build on?
So, yes, prospecting. I want us to look at Medi spas today.
Okay. There's a lot of cool templates in HighLevel for that. So we'll start, and obviously we're doing local today because we want to teach you guys more about that and really just make it a practice for us too. It's very easy to drive down somewhere and demo something for someone.
So, we're going to look for people who have websites, but who have crappy websites, or I should say, outdated websites. Okay. And the reason is this is just based off of a theory because we don't have the data behind it. We haven't measured it enough, but what it feels like from experience is that someone who already has a website is more willing to consider updating their website than someone who has no website is willing to consider to have a website. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true because somebody who has a website at least knows that they see the value in being online and having
Yeah.
an online presence, right?
Yeah. And this will be a lot of fun. We might get to the end of this and find that we don't really find anybody that needs a drastic overhaul on their site, especially in the Medi Spa niche, but maybe we will. Like if I'm looking at this right now, I notice something that's glaring right now. And this is a sponsored ad, which means they're paying for this ad. They have one review. So maybe they're a brand new company and they're just like, we're ready to go. We're going to spend some money on ads. So they have a little bit of budget because they're running Google ads. But the image that is being presented right now, it looks like a bathroom almost. It's just awful. Now, maybe their website is great. So we'll see. We're going to start clicking on some of these and just finding somebody. I have a little spreadsheet here. So when I'm doing this kind of research phase, and we're not going to spend all day doing this, but we're going to pick 2 or 3 that we can find here. But I like to build a little spreadsheet so I can just know who I'm talking to, who I'm going after. You can also do this inside of HighLevel. They have a prospecting tool, but I like to start with Google because it's just easier for me to search faster here. So let's just start clicking on some of these and see what we get.
And I know that just seems like an easy target, but I promise you guys, we did not search this yet. So another reason for a Medi Spa is one, I know for a fact it takes a lot of money to start a Medi, and two, pun intended, image is everything for these places. So if they have less than website, you're just not really willing to spend a lot of money with them because these treatments, most of them are pretty expensive. So, one, I know that they can afford it. They'll be able to afford updating their website and other things that we're going to present to them in the future, but also it's really competitive and they need to have a beautiful online presence.
So this is a very simple, basic site. A couple things that, let me get your impressions first, Anita. What do you notice about this site?
There's no like easy, hey, click here to contact us. Or when I'm coming to a site like this, I want to know their services, I want to know the prices, but also it should just be so easy to reach out and book a call, book online, call them. There's no way for me to communicate with anything because there's no chat widget. It looks like it's not professionally made. So that also scares me a little bit because I feel like they must be very new, but as Jason said, this is a sponsored, website, so they are putting in money. So this is probably actually prime because they skimmed on their website. They're spending money already for promotion and advertising, so I bet this is a really good one.
Mhm.
What do you notice about it, Jason?
A couple things. I think that was a great point. There's no phone number, no way to contact unless I can see this little tiny contact button. Number
Mhm.
two, there's no chat widget, so I can't chat or ask any questions of them.
Mhm.
Number three, I noticed as I scroll down that everything is by appointment only, which is odd. But I do also see that we have a phone number, we have an Instagram account, we have a Facebook page. So we can do a little more research. Let me open this in a
Oh,
new
this is
tab.
crazy. I didn't see the appointment only because Jason's right now is in charge of scrolling down. So I didn't see that. But because it is appointment only, my goodness, like this is a perfect because they were like appointment only, but then how do you contact them? Book an appointment here, book an exclusive consultation or whatever, your free consultation, anything like that. It
Let's see
needs to
what.
be like up top.
So when you click that, it brings them to this overwhelming booking site. But there's just, I can't imagine that they're doing very well. Obviously, we don't know anything about these companies, so they may be great companies, but just the process to book is challenging. So I think we got enough here to put this as one of our potentials. So we'll put their website on here.
Yes. So far they are a perfect candidate. We know that we can help them if they let us, right? There's too many words, not enough images, not enough of the important there's no buttons, there's nothing really clickable, there's no call to action. It's just yeah, we could help them. So that's a definite one. Jason's getting the information and he's going to put it onto the list.
All
And
right.
today we're just going to email people so you can see what we say.
Afterwards, let's go back and see if we can find some more here. And we're really just getting a handful of these. The whole goal of this is just to find some potential prospects to start with. But what I want you guys to know, because a lot of people think that you're sitting here wasting your time building these sites out. We're going to build a MediSpa site no matter what. And then we're going to find somebody, whether it's here locally in Katy or anywhere else in the US or the world, that can ultimately take that site over. So we're not wasting our time. Obviously, we're going to have to go in, change the logo, change a few things around, but whoever buys it will be paying us monthly for it.
Absolutely. And the reason we are going local, everyone, is because there's a few reasons. One reason is that when we're doing cold outreach, they don't know us. So I always like to start, and you'll see it here soon, but I always like to start with, hey, I'm Wanetah and I'm a local here in Katy, Texas. So they know, oh, she's most likely a real person. Like she's telling me that she lives in the same city. So she's probably willing to meet. Right. So that one is just that's the main reason that I like to start local. But the other reason, I shouldn't say main because this is really important. A website is the start of a business, but it's also the start of our relationship with them. Because anytime that you want to add something on, or we provide a lot of online services for them as far as marketing, it always starts with the website, and typically most people who don't know anything about websites or online marketing, if I say, "Hey, would you like to add a chat widget? Hey, would you like missed call text back? Hey, would you like Google Chat?" Anything that we want to offer them in the future, most likely they're going to be like, "Oh, you should probably just talk to my web person." So we might as well be their web person. So that's what I really like about it.
Yeah. And again, we can help these people with so many simple things, just adding the chat widget. They're clearly running ads. So if they get any clicks on that ad, the likelihood of that converting to a booked appointment right now is so helping those people and show them the value, even if you're doing it free for 30 days or something, saying, let's just use this new website. And if you don't get any more leads, then you just cancel. We'll turn it back over to your old site that you had that wasn't working. you know,
Yeah, and we'll show you in a bit how we can just tell them, and that's probably a further conversation or something that we could add into the email. They have no way of knowing who has visited their website either. And that's a huge problem because then they can't even track how well their advertising dollars are doing for them. So,
let's click on a few more. I'm guessing that these with the higher reviews are likely going to have nicer websites, but let's
right,
just
an ideal
compare.
image is definitely that's a franchise, or I know that they have a lot of them. So,
So you can see what an ideal, in this case, pun
mm.
intended, would look like. So it has a place to capture a lead. It has a phone number, place here.
Yeah, and let's like just show everyone. I'm sure a lot of you know this, but a good website, like Jason, what are the signs of a great website from the very beginning?
I just want to eliminate as much friction as possible. So if somebody's clicking on my site, that's the fastest, easiest way that they could contact me. I want to make it very clear where the phone number is, how to fill out a form to get more information, what my hours are, whatever I'm trying to sell.
Yeah,
Having
and go ahead.
just having a good, easy way to communicate back and forth.
Yeah, and if you scroll up to the very top, so this is like a franchise website, right? Like you purchase the franchise and they give you the website, they give you the tools, and they're very professional. So if you see how Jason has mentioned, call us is at the very top. This is our phone number if you want to ask us questions, right? And then there's a form where you can fill out your information, they can get your contact. So you can probably ask a question there, or you can email them, or they can call you back or email you back. But then, as you see on the left side of it, free laser hair removal treatment, right? And there's a special offer for you right there with your free consultation, up to 80% off, an extra 10% off, right? So there's something enticing there that makes somebody want to actually enter their information. So these are things that like you just have to have this on a website, and it just really helps for you, obviously for you to know that if you're going to be making the website, but to be able to educate someone who they figured out how to copy and paste and drag and drop and create their own website on Wix or something like that, which there's nothing wrong with that except for that they're missing vital pieces of their website.
Yeah. And you can get all the education you really need. Obviously, it's you don't know what's all happening behind the scenes, but franchises have invested hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on their messaging, on what they're putting out to their franchisees to build their businesses. So a lot of stuff you can take, like I would probably copy this and reuse it, my own version of it for potential clients that I'm bringing on. So maybe we'll just copy that here just to have an example. And let's find a couple more bad ones.
Okay, so that was a good one. And the reason why we can sell these websites so fast, obviously, is because of High Level's templates, right? And in those templates, you're going to see that High Level knows a good website. So no matter which layout that you choose, and you could choose several layouts to send to them with what we're doing just to give them the most viable product. But you can't really go wrong because the templates are already there telling you exactly what should go where. So Viata, let's click on that one. I have a
Sure.
feeling.
I would say this site isn't great for conversions, but it looks like they've put a lot into it. So it seems like they wouldn't be a top prospect to go after because
Really?
they only because I think that they would think they don't have a problem.
Maybe, and that's possible, but it would also be good to test this for people because
Mm,
I think that, I can see that point, but I can also see how they have a good website. They put work into it, so they know the value of it, but it still looks a bit handmade is the word I like to use. But at the same time, we can always say, "Hey, we see that you're running ads or you have a great website, but I'm not sure if you do you know how well it's converting for you?" Or there's just a few tips and tricks that even that we could redo, but use all of their imagery and
Mm,
say, I did this because this is just a better way to convert and educate them through that. But Jason could very well be right as well. So I like this for a certain reason. When it comes to this particular type of industry, they have their services listed there underneath. So that's something that's just right in the front, on the front page. You can see, oh, they offer this.
mhm.
Book your appointment. I would make that a little bigger. I would put some sort of offer there. If you offer a free consultation, which most of these places do, they should always put something up there that they offer for free. Come in, book now. And I wouldn't just put that once right there.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't make it go away like it does either.
yeah. And some of these, like what I'm also noticing so far, none of these have had a chat widget
Yeah.
down here, which is an opportunity potentially. If we don't find any website clients like that are clear, I think the first one's already like a
Mhm.
great option. But if we don't find any other options, then chat widgets for a lot of these would work.
Yeah, and we're gonna tell you guys in a bit, like at the end, why that chat widget is just gonna be so important because we're always going to, when we're making these templates, we're gonna create the chat widget there, and we'll tell you why a little later, when we wrap up, why that's gonna be so, so important.
Yeah,
Another thing, this is just obviously coming from me, I never see anyone with video, and it's really interesting to me.
yeah. That last place had a YouTube video. I didn't click on it, but
Oh, okay, good.
they're doing they're doing okay here.
They've got a chat widget.
All right, let's click on a few more. And this is going to be a bit longer video, but I just wanted you guys to see the entire process of doing some research. We'll make a site. We have a lot of other videos about making sites, but I want to just create one, and then we're actually going to reach out to someone and present it to them. So we'll show you the script of just a basic idea. You can obviously change it. We're still testing ours and seeing different ways to present that. Let's see this. They got quite a few reviews, so let's find.
Something I've been noticing is that none of them so far seem to have a Google chat.
Yep, that's a good.
And just cleaning up their Google profile for them and putting a picture there instead of a picture of one of their rooms.
Yeah, I think that's important. You're right. Let's
So
go
hopefully
through
y'all
some.
are seeing like our thought process on who we think would make a more promising prospect.
And once you create this and you have the framework of it, then you can move over to other cities, change the colors, change the layout a bit, but you have the framework of, okay, this is how a Medispa site can go. And you can
Mhm.
literally duplicate this process over and over again in every city, just in your passive time creating these things. And then it's like this
Ageless envy. There you go.
5 years in
Let's see
business,
that one.
nights,
Reviews.
and
Mhm.
not all 5 stars.
So we're not just looking at prospects like, oh, can we help them with their website? If you notice, Jason and I are like, we're looking into the future of the relationship, right? What all do they not have that we can eventually, add on, tack on, and stay in touch with them for a very long time as they grow?
All right.
Oh, this one needs help. So book an appointment.
So if you didn't know and you're watching this, some new things that have come out with HighLevel is their calendar function, which we're not going to cover extensively on this video, but they now have the ability to book services like this. So you can book an exact service with a certain service provider. So say you're coming in here and you wanted to get a massage from Julie, then you would be able to select that if that's what that business offered. You can do different services, different rooms, different time periods, like an hour, half hour, that kind of thing. So really, it's a robust booking system that you can duplicate with. Like I guess they're using this company called Fresha. I've never heard of it, but I've seen a few that these people are clearly paying for, maybe not much, but
It's interesting too. Is this place Ageless Care? And then that was hair. When I think of ageless, yeah, it was.
they have a few misspellings on here, so it might be a.
No, what I'm saying is that it says the name of the business is Ageless. So I'm thinking skin. If you name something skin, but those were all hair services.
uh,
I'm sure they must have more, but it's just
oh, I see.
interesting. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, I
So
didn't even.
if it's something like that, I would definitely. So they have medical procedures, they have advanced facial treatments, I would have all of these things on this front page.
Yeah.
They're definitely one, I think.
Gonna scroll down to page 2 maybe and see if I can find a few more.
Skin
Oh,
Spirit.
sorry, already.
No, go for it. 50 reviews, 15 Skin Solutions, Med Spa by Cheryl. So we know that's probably a small little business right there, 7+
Yep,
years.
there's not even a website there, but we do have Cheryl's number, so we could.
And a lot of times, if they don't have a website, we can try to find them on Facebook. Because
Yeah,
most
exactly.
people who don't have a website, they're like, I have a Facebook page, and that is their website. So, still a good prospect. Reaching out to these people online is so easy once you have just a simple template of what you're going to say and you can copy and paste. So, really, this seems like a lot of work up front, but it's not because reaching out to them is so quick, right? That you just want to get as many as possible that you can grab a hold of because all you're going to be doing is switching out their logos to begin with. That part is so easy as well.
This is not a great site here.
Nope. Anytime you see a lot of text and not a lot of images or video or things to break up the text, you just know that you can help someone because no one likes to read that much when it's like this.
Happy New Year 2019. So they're not doing too much on the marketing side.
Yeah, they might not be in business. 2023 New You Med Spa.
All right, I think we'll use these two as examples. How about that?
Sounds good. So we found our examples.
So let's go back here to stunning transformations, and then we'll go into HighLevel, and you can help me pick out a template. Let's see if I can grab this logo. So what I do typically is I right click. Sometimes I can do a save image as. Looks like I can't here. So what I'll do instead is screenshot it. All right. So we got the domain, we got the picture, we got the site. We're going to go into HighLevel and we're going to actually pick a template and start building. So in HighLevel, you go over to sites. And if you didn't know, HighLevel allows you to do unlimited websites. So you can resell them on to unlimited people too. But there's two different types of sites. There's funnels and there's websites. Now, there's not a huge difference in the two. Funnels are typically more for your landing pages and lead conversion, lead capture stuff. Websites are a little more robust. They probably have 3 or 4 different pages attached to them, if not more. Sometimes you get better templates because HighLevel has a bunch of free templates you can use on the website side, sometimes on the funnel. So just know that so you can go back and forth. But we'll just go to websites and click new template, new website, and then from templates. And let's see what we get if we put spa in. Any of these 4 look like a good starting point?
I like number 3.
This
And
one?
the reason I like number 3 is because I can clearly see like they're working with her face, which is what most of these medi spas do. And then I can see that on that first page, I'm going to see the services
Yep.
listed right underneath.
So we hit that and then we just hit continue. And in a moment, it will open up. You can see it's 1 of 4 here, 2 of 4, 3 of 4. So it's adding multiple pages to this. So it builds out basically the entire structure of the site. We just have to go in and edit some of the text and swap the logo around. So it'll open up right here in the editor. And already in 10 seconds, we have basically an entire site built, right? Obviously, it's not for this company, but dang, that was pretty easy, right?
Oh,
And what
it's really easy.
and what I like about this is oftentimes, like with a Wix or Squarespace or something, you see what the end result is going to be, and you're like, oh, I want that, and then you open it up, and it either has no text in it or it has like a bunch of Latin lorem ipsum stuff. They've actually been doing a really good job of filling in some basic, somewhat generic but still basic stuff, so you have something to start from.
So, and it's not just like too generic, basic, like they're educating you. So that's what I like about scroll down a bit. So I feel like they've gotten really smart. See that opening hours? The following is for guidance only to help you plan your appointment with a preferred doctor or nurse. It does not guarantee availability as the doctors or nurses may sometimes be attending to other duties. It's pretty much done. It gives you ideas as well as the user if they're going to do this themselves and enter in the text, like, they've just made it so much easier for you. First step towards a healthy life is to schedule an appointment. Please contact our office by phone or complete the appointment request form.
Yep. What I like to do just to go in really easily, obviously we screenshotted that other logo, so I'm going to swap it out. So I just tap the logo here. I hit this little icon. It's going to have me upload a file from my computer, which is the screenshot I just took. And as soon as that populates in here, I double click it. And
Bam!
now Stunning Transformations Med Spa is here.
You got a brand new logo. Look at that.
So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet now. Going to get their phone number, which was right here.
There we go. Phone number at the top. Thank you very much.
Get their address. Okay. And you can get, I think we've talked a lot in the past about finding people that don't have websites, which I think is a great market. But for this particular strategy, it does help to have somebody that has an outdated, older website because we can get a lot of their information, obviously phone number, email, address, that kind of stuff.
And know how to contact them as well.
Yep.
And it's not impossible, of course, but it's one of those things where if you don't have a website and you're a Medi Spa and there's so much competition, like what are you doing? Just word of mouth business? Then if you are, then you probably don't feel like you need a website. Can we put it like a call to action too up top on the call to book an appointment, call for your free consultation or something that just triggers them or yeah, something like that. Like it's just a small touch, but
I'm going to save. So overall, we've created kind of a basic, nice looking site. We could do a few things. We could add the chat widget to this site. So we make that side pop.
we definitely want to do that. And
Yep.
we'll tell you guys why. The only other thing I would do to go as far as really just putting this right in front of their eyes is I would change that intro from welcome to Visage or whatever, but I would change it to their name.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Welcome to Stunning Transformation. After you finish, I would love to just see by comparison their website as well.
Okay. All right. So you wanted to see their website against ours?
Yep. Always save. Always save.
Let me get theirs pulled up.
Wow.
Now we could spend more time on this. Obviously, this isn't the finished product, but what we like to do is just get a basic, nice design done, send it over to them. If they're like, I'd love to hear more about this, then and they want to move forward, then obviously we build out this entire thing quickly using the information they already have and any additional information they want.
Yeah, and if it's someone that's really promising as far as I really want them as a client or I feel really good about just pitching this client, like I could go into their old website and I saw that purplish pink color. I could change the font or the colors to match their colors still and I could do a little more work. You can do as much work as possible that you want to do, but this is if you're just going down the list and you have a lot of prospects, changing the logo, the number, the address, and putting their name in there is really all you have to do. And that takes 5 minutes.
So let's add the chat widget. So you'll notice there's no chat widget here. So we're going to go back to edit our site and go back. And you'll see how easy, if you haven't watched any of our videos before, you'll see how easy it is to install these chat widgets. It's almost comical how simple it is too, but how powerful just clicking one button can transform a business.
And this is going to be so great in the future, especially it's already here, but in the new year, we do plan on talking a lot about this chat widget because even if a website does have a chat widget right now, they're most likely not very pleased with it. And we'll show you and we'll talk to you about why this is just going to be such an incredible tool and an easy sell. And this is the next thing. This is definitely the next thing that everybody will want. And it will be people who are already spending advertising dollars, people who are already ranked on Google, on the first page of Google. Everyone will want this and need this.
Awesome. So all we do is we go to the settings side and let's see, where am I?
You are in HighLevel, in the level verse.
Just wonder why it's not here.
What are you looking for?
The chat widget. It's normally under settings, but let's see. Go back one more time. Let me go back.
Chat widget up top. You see it
Yeah,
up
that's
top in the tabs?
that I know about, but normally
What
it's
Did you guys move the chat widget?
maybe it's this settings. All right.
What is going on?
So what we'll do is we're just going to go to chat widget here and we're going to get the code, copy the code. So all this will copy. Then we go back to our site, MedSpa, and then we'll put it in this body tracking. Oh, there it is. It just popped back up. So I don't know. I was on the wrong page, I guess, somehow. We just click enable here is all we really need to do. Hit save. Now, when we refresh our site, we should have a little chat widget down in the right corner. There we go.
Hey there.
You can change colors. You can change this image out if you wanted to down the road. All those things you can do. You can change what it says right here for that client, but just the general idea here. And then if they were interested, we could go down to Stunning Transformations Med Spa, show them their site, walk them around it. What you might not have noticed too is while we were on this page, it's not just the page we edited, right? There's home, team, pages, gallery. You could delete some of these if they weren't relevant to that company. But that is basically what you would need to do. Now,
But you're saying that it's not just one page. They're getting that whole thing.
exactly. Yeah, they can, and you can add more if you want, but they get just by creating that template, we created these 9 pages here that we have to go in. Obviously, you'd have to go in and edit those, but that makes it really easy too. Cool. So I'm going to show you how to reach out to these people now. We're going to pick a domain name. You're going to have to get, usually it's your company name or whatever if you want to, for your profile. Eventually, what will happen is when you sell the site or rent it out, then you'll get Stunning Home, or not Stunning Home, Stunning Med Spa. You'll put that over here when you put it on their own account. So their site will point directly to the site you just created.
When you put in Trendify.pro, what does that mean, Jason? Does that mean that this site now will live on Trendify Pro? This is what will come up when you go to Trendify Pro?
Just it's Trendify.pro, but it's also here. We'll change to
So it'll be like a
Stunning.
Okay, that's fine.
So
All
it's
right.
kind of like a subdomain of that.
Got you. Okay.
So now we have that. We can go to our script and just talk a little bit about reaching out to these people. Obviously, again, we're revising this and trying different pitches here, but this is the basic general template that we've come up with here. So hi, who would you put here? Just Stunning. That's it.
A lot of times, if you dig into it, they'll tell you who owns it. A lot of people will put their name on the actual business. The more you dig, the better. What we would typically do if we were really doing this fully, we might look up who owns Stunning Transformations as far as like when we go to their Facebook page, right? Can we see anybody on there as the admin? Or if you just might get more information by going to their Instagram, anything like that. But if not, it's really not a big deal because what we're trying to show you here is just how can you create this as fast as possible, and then how can you just send it out and see who bites as quickly as possible. So coming up with just a quick template, a few sentences of just reaching out and saying who you are as well as what I've done for you. That's the point.
Sometimes even looking at reviews, you'll see met the owner Lisa and she was incredible or whatever. So you can get a little bit more information that way too. But again, like when you said this,
Yeah, it looks like we just found a very new business. There
Mhm.
are 0 likes, 0 followers, but they do have a Facebook page. So, yeah. But at the same time, I just saw a post that said October 2nd. So I don't know what's going on, but we're going to give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to get our email pulled up here and then we can start creating this and sending it out.
So we created an email saying, hi, blank, right? Hi, Stunning Transformations team. My name is Jason Edwards, and I'm a local here in Katy. So there's that local qualifier. I'm a real human being. Please pay attention to me. And we don't know yet what they want, right? Jason, he introduces himself. He's a local. Okay, Jason, how can I help you? I noticed your website was a little outdated, so I created a new sample one for you. In this case, it's probably a new website, but maybe not. I noticed your website was a little outdated, so I created a new sample one for you. You can check it out here. And then we're going to put in the link. Let me know if you like it and we can chat more. Thank you, Jason. And then we just put our little website there. So all we're trying to do here is just create a little intrigue, right? Because we could, in the subject line, we're going to put, I think I want to put, I updated your website. And so why? Because it's very like, you did what? They're gonna click on it most likely. So anytime you send an email in the subject line, you just really want to put some sort of tagline in there that is going to make them want to open the email. So if I say I updated your website, that's like a you did what? You updated my website, right? Whereas if we had put that here in the email, they might think that we hacked into their website, but it's just enough of a draw to be like, what are you talking about? You updated my website. Click.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to scare people, especially if they're not super techie. I want them to think that you hacked into their site. That's why I added that keyword sample to check out.
But in the subject line, a
Yeah.
little scare is there's nothing wrong with a little scare.
So what do you want me to put as the subject?
I updated your website. I updated your website. Maybe I updated your website for you. Who is this? Exclamation.
Let's get our script here.
Now this one, we'll see how it goes, but telling them that their website's a little outdated. Maybe we should change the wording a little bit.
Let me just make sure this works.
Wow.
Always test your links to the Gmail. All right. And you want to say something different than a little outdated, maybe a little hard to navigate?
That might be okay. And the only reason I'm doing this is typically we would just use a template. That way we could just copy paste and just change who we're saying hi to. But just in this case, it might be a new website, which actually maybe that still works. You definitely want to evoke some sort of feeling.
Yeah.
So I noticed your website was a little hard to navigate. So I created a new sample one for you. And the reason we're saying sample again is because we don't want them to think that we hacked into their system and changed their website.
So this part I think is pretty good. We can send this email and then I have one other idea. And
So
they're
their
using,
email wasn't even on the front page?
yeah.
Okay. Info. That's what my guess would have been. Info at whatever your website is.
Okay.
So anytime that I'm having trouble finding an email, I always just guess and I'll send a few different options. One, info at whatever their website is, or hello at whatever their website is, or if it's somebody's name in the website, like Wanetah at wanetah.com.
Yeah, those are always fun to do. Try to figure out what the email is. But once you figure it out, then you can find a lot of other people that work there too.
Yeah, exactly. And at
So
wanetah.com.
exactly. So let me put them on my spreadsheet here and just show that I reached out to them. I'll clean this up a little time and then paste this over and then we'll highlight them that we sent it out. So you may look at this and say, dang, that's a lot of work for one potential website that you don't even know if they're going to buy it. But again, all we've done here is created a template that now we can go through and edit as many times as we want. We can change out this logo, change out the phone number, change out the address, and pitch it to company number 2, company number 3 until we get this sold. Just a few key spots that we have to change, and we're pretty much done with just phase 1 of this pitch.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing. You don't have to wait for this one to respond or not respond because everyone can have the same website layout. So you can sell the same website over and over again. So hopefully everyone you reach out to is, yes, I love that. And all you're doing is changing the information, right? And now you just sold 4 websites and all you had to do is just change out 3, 4 things. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, I love it. And Wanetah and I have been doing variations of this type of business for years through creating something once and then how do you sell that thing over and over again with as little amount of work as possible, creating that leverage point, right? So you don't have to rebuild this entire thing every single time. We've done it with selling Canva templates to real estate agents. We've done it with all kinds of other things where you just create something once and just print more and more of them every time someone buys.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, with finding a niche, like, you really don't, this is so easy that you could just be all over the place, right? If you went from this to lawn care or whatever you wanted to do, it's not like you have to do so much work to start over, right? You just go in there and you find that type of template and then you change the same information, right? So it is so easy. But the great thing is that when you find your niche like this, because it will find you, right? And you start with many spas. And if this turns out to be a great idea for you and you're having luck with that, you'll just stay with it. And then you can just change cities, because what you'll experience is that you'll gain a lot of knowledge about that particular industry, right? A lot of my clients have had luck with free consultations, or during Christmas, like, we do a 20% special off if you spend X amount of dollars or whatever, or just something intriguing. You'll start to learn what has worked for past clients, and then you can advise other clients in that space a lot easier. So, so simple,
Yeah.
so fast, and you will be able to do this much quicker than we actually do it, because we're showing you, right? Normally this takes nothing. It's just pop pop, you copy and paste, you screenshot something. If you can't just save their image, and then you copy and paste, you saw how easy it was, and you can just go down the line so fast, you know?
Yep. As soon as if they reach out and they can you tell us more information, we can either go over a Zoom call and show them, or because they're local, which is key, we can just drive over there and actually demo the site, obviously build it out a little more and go and demo it. Now, why is that valuable to us? Every time that we can sell one of these to a potential business owner, not only are we helping them get more sales, but if we charge $200 a month for a site like this with a chat widget, connecting their Google profile, helping them get more reviews, all those different things. That's $2,400 a year that we've added to our revenue, right? We get
Mhm.
a couple of hundred of those. It's great cash flow that doesn't require a lot of expenses, right? It took a little bit of our time, but other than that, it's something that a business owner is going to pay for every single month because it's driving all of the income that's coming into their business.
It's just, if this is a service, it's a place where people book online. A lot of them aren't just calling in, right? And if you are calling in, then you found the number from the website. So websites are just the way to go. But also, the main reason why we want you to be sure that you put a chat widget on there is because here, it's already here now, but we'll be talking a lot about this. But with AI, that chat widget has now become something extremely powerful, that if you're charging 200 a month to get them started, or 250 or something around that range just to get them started, you'll be able to really upcharge, because this service of having an AI bot actually hold a conversation with whoever visits the website is so powerful. Right now, the chat widget is meh, blase. And the reason is because it's great that I can go onto your website and ask a question, but if that no one's there to answer that question, then that's a really bad impression. And it's almost, what are we doing? We're just wasting our time. And then that person is going to go to the next website listed and see if there is something that they can just call and immediately get an appointment or whatever, right? So with AI, it's Jason and I have been playing around with it a lot, and it's pretty straightforward too. So this is going to be something that once they have this widget on there, you come back in a month or so and you just talk to them about, hey, I also have a way of capturing every single lead. Like, I can just be there for you 24/7, 365, and I can answer your customers exactly how you want me to answer them. And the beauty about this is that we are using AI to not to replace their best employee, but to do what their best employee can't do. And that's be there everywhere that they are on every single platform and answer questions 24/7, 365. No employee is going to do that for you. They're not capable of it. And also, like, the amount that they're going to pay for that every month couldn't afford to, that's not even a fourth of someone's wages for the month. So it's just a win for everyone.
Yeah, we are so excited about how AI is going to help a lot of businesses. Obviously, there's going to be some disruption with companies and things and realigning what work means and who does what job. But when you can really simplify just the lead capture and nurture phase on that front end, where people are getting responses immediately and they're real, they're human like responses, they're helping move somebody along the process of making a decision to buy something from this company or book an appointment to come in. Those are things that AI can already do extremely well, and it's only getting better. So that frees up the person that owns this company and other companies to spend more time with the people coming in to get the treatments, right? Because they're not answering the phone nonstop, booking the appointments or saying what your hours are or how much things are, that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk a lot about that, and companies are going to be willing to pay a lot for that once we can figure out the right messaging to show them what AI can do on that front end for them. If it replaces on the front end somebody that's making $4,000 a month, they would likely give you 500, $1,000 a month to do that job. So that person now can be moved off the phones and do some other valuable thing inside of the business.
Because to your point, your most valuable employee, let's say that you have a great hostess and I walk in and that's the first face that I see at your restaurant. But if the hostess is on the phone, I immediately feel less than, right? Because the hostess's whole job is to greet me and treat me like I am the most important customer that there is, right? Because I am the one who's actually there at the restaurant, whereas the person on the phone with them may or may not come in. So you just want somebody, your most valuable employees, to be doing the most valuable things for the business. The other reason this chat widget is so important right now, even if, like how you saw on this particular website, this business, maybe they're just getting started and they're just not there yet. Maybe it's not in the budget, right? But what we can do is really powerful. With that chat widget, we can then at least come in and meet with them and say, hey, we noticed that you're getting a lot of leads, but you're not able to get back to them in time. Because now, without that chat widget, they have no idea how many people are coming to who would have asked a question, who wanted to know their hours, who just was visiting, right? So now we can at least track, hey, there are people who came in and potentially could have been clients or customers, right? They asked a question and then unfortunately, it took you a whole 24 hours to get back to them. And we all know it's about speed to lead. So now what we can do is once they have that in there, we have the proof. We can go to them and say, we can actually solve that problem. Would you like us to just answer all of your leads for you? And so now we've just become really powerful. This is going to be something that everybody on the front page of Google wants. And then this is also going to be a way for businesses like this to actually start to rank and start to just compete with those businesses that are on the front page and the top of the list on Google. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I can't wait to share more about it. We're going to spend a lot of time really diving deep so that we can bring to you guys what's working, how we're going out and selling the AI functionalities of HighLevel, and showing you what the best practices are so that you can go out and do them yourselves as well. So with that, make sure again you go to ghlfree.com. Ghlfree.com, they'll give you a free 30-day trial. You can try out HighLevel, do all the features. It's the top tier plan. And then if you need to downgrade at any point, you can. But most people like to stick with this because it gives you so much of the functionality. And we can talk more about that in the
Yeah.
future.
Absolutely. This is if you're just starting out and you're looking for which way to go, just remember do one thing first. And this is such a powerful first thing to do because every new skill that you're going to stack and you're going to learn, you can you can obviously stack it on to the service that you're already providing to them if you're providing a website. So it's a great way to go. Whichever way you decide to go, make sure you focus on one thing, get up and running as fast as possible. And hopefully, it's a website that leads to many more features for you and skills to offer to your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll do a lot more videos like this. I know you like the build out of the website, and we'll let you know if this particular client comes back and wants to buy or what we do with the site in the future. But other than that, we'll talk to you again on the next video. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye, guys.